Welcome to the lecture. In the previous lecture, we saw how to create a list and also how to access the elements in the list, and also we saw indexing in Python. So, in this lecture, we will see how to modify the list. So, basically how to add the elements and also how to remove the elements from the list. So, first one is modifying components of a list. So, elements inside a list can be modified using the two methods. The first method is we can assign the new element value based on the index position. So, second one is using the inbuilt functions. So, we can give us an input to the function along with the index value. Modifying components of a list using the index. So, first we will need to assign the values to be changed to the corresponding index of a list. So, there are two levels in a list. So, one is called as a top level component of a list and other one is called as a sub level component of a list. So, let us say if I wanted to change a value in top level component of a list. So, this is our existing list, so which we have already created employee underscore list, which has a levels ID, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4, employee names Ram, Preeti, Satish and John, and the number of employees which has 4. Let us say if I wanted to change the value of 4 to 5, so which is the number of employees. So, we have total number of employees is 4, so if I wanted to change to 5, so the ID stands for the level 0, Ram, Preeti, Satish, John, so which is the employee names, which is at the level of 1 and number of employees at the level of 2. Employee underscore list 2, so I am assigning it to 5. So, if I print the updated list, so 4 will be replaced with 5. So, the encircle ones have been replaced. Let us say if I wanted to change the value in sub level component of a list. So, this is our list. So, if I wanted to change John to Karan, how will you do that? So, 1, 2, 3, 4 which is basically ID, again it is level 0, employee names is level 1 and number of employees is level 2. So, if I give employee underscore list 1, which is our top level component, so our sub level is 3. So, John is placed in the 4th position which has the index number 3. So, I wanted to replace with Karan. So, I am giving inside the double quotes. So, if I print the updated list, so John will be replaced with Karan. Next, we will look at the inbuilt functions available in Python. So, let us say if I wanted to modify component using the append method. So, what does append does is, it adds an object at the end of the list. So, let us look at the syntax of the append. List name, within the square brackets you have to specify the index number dot append, and inside the parenthesis you have to specify the object. So, if the index is not specified, the elements, the objects gets added at the new level in the existing list. There are two ways to add an object to a list. First is you can add an element to a list. Second one, you can add a list to a list. So, which is called as a concatenation of a list. First we will see how to add an element to a list using the append method. Let us say if I wanted to add an element to a list. So, today one person has joined. So, employee ID will be increased by 1 and also employee name will be increased by 1, right. Let us say if I wanted to add the ID 5 in the employee list. So, employee underscore list is a list name. Inside the square brackets we have to mention the index number which is 0 dot append of 5. Similarly, I wanted to add Nirmal to the level employee name in the list. Employee underscore list, again it will be, instead of 0 it will be 1 dot append Nirmal. If you print the updated list, now it will have 5 IDs 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we have 5 employee names Ram, Preeti, Satish, Karan and Nirmal, and also the number of employees is 5. Let us say if I wanted to add a list to a list. Adding a new list age to the existing employee underscore list. So, now what I will do is I will create a age as a list and I will append it to the existing employee underscore list. So, we already have 5 employees. So, the respective ages will also be created as a list. So, I am creating a age as a list which is equal to 23, 25, 36, 43 and 52. So, if I wanted to append to the existing list, so I will call the employee underscore list dot append and the sets of values. So, this is the one way, or else you can do employee underscore list dot append age as well. So, this list it gets added as a new level at the end of the existing list. So, if you print the updated list, so we already had ID, employee name, number of employees. Now, since we have added age to the existing employee underscore list, so it will be added at the last. So, next we will use the inbuilt function called insert. So, in append we saw how to add a list at the last. So, if we wanted to add an element at the specified position, then insert commands works well. So, what does insert does is, it adds an object at the given position in a list. So, let us look at the syntax. List name index dot insert, inside the parenthesis you have to specify the position and as well as the object. So, this is our existing list. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 IDs and the 5 employee names, number of employees and the respective ages. Let us say if I wanted to add ID number 6 to the ID at the first position. So, it will be employee underscore list name and we have to specify the index. So, the ID as a level 0 dot insert, position is in at which position do you wanted to insert. So, I am inserting at the first position. So, corresponding index will be 0. In Python, indexing starts from 0 to n minus 1. So, I wanted to add the value of 6. So, in the object I will specify 6. So, if you print the updated list, 6 ID will be placed at the first position. So, the indexing will be it is 0, remaining will be same. Next we will see how to remove elements from the list. So, there are various methods, we can use del, remove and pop. So, let us look at one by one. So, del it removes the object at the specified index number. Let us look at the syntax. So, if you give del is a keyword, list name and inside the square brackets you have to mention the index 1 and index 2. Index 1 it corresponds to the index number of the top level components of the list which has to be dropped. Similarly, index 2 is the index number of the sub level components to be dropped. So, this is our existing list. So, if I wanted to drop the last level, that is age, ID is a level 0 and Ram, Preeti, Satish is the employee names. So, the level is 1 and number of employees which is 5 is level 2 and age is at the level 3. So, if I wanted to remove the age from the employee list, so it will be del of employee underscore list and 3 which is basically the index number. So, if you print the updated list, now our age list will be removed from the employee underscore list. Let's look at how to use the remove option. So, remove what it does is it removes the first matching object from a list. So, we look at the syntax, list name, inside the square brackets we have to mention the index number, dot remove and inside the parenthesis we have to specify the object. So, this is our existing list. So, after we deleted the age, so let us say if I wanted to remove Ram from the employee name in the employee list. So, employee underscore list, so the index number is 1 dot remove inside the double quotes Ram. So, what it does is it searches for the first occurrence of the Ram and then it will be removed from the list. So, we have only one Ram. So, we have one Preeti, one Satish, one Karan and one Nimal. So, if you give dot remove Ram, so it will remove the Ram from the employee underscore list. So, when you print the updated list, Ram will be removed from the employee underscore list. So, now you will have 6 IDs 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and you will have 4 employees, which is Preeti, Satish, Karan, Nirmal, and you will have the number of employees is equal to 5. Since as Ram has occurred once, so it has been removed. So let us consider another list. Create a list such as salary, high, low, medium and low. So if I wanted to remove the first occurrence of low, which is, so high stands for the index number 0, low stands for the index number 1, medium stands for the index number 2, again low stands for the index number 3. So if I wanted to remove the first occurrence of low, which is in the index position of 1, then if I give salary dot remove low, so it will be removed from the salary list. So if you print the updated list, so it returns a value of high, medium and low. So the corresponding index position now it will be changed to 0, 1 and 2. Next, we will modify the components using the pop function. So pop, what it does is, it displays objects that is being removed from the list at the specified index number. So let us look at the syntax: list name, index 1, dot pop and index 2. So the index 1 corresponds to the index number of the top level components to be dropped. Index 2, it corresponds to the sub level components to be dropped. So this is our existing list. So I have IDs and 4 employees and the number of employees is 5. Let us say if I wanted to remove the 4th ID from the 5th position of the employee list. So in the ID. So if I give employee underscore list 0 dot pop 4, so it pops up the element in the list, so which is going to be removed. So which is, so 4 is going to be removed from the ID level. If you print the updated list, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be removed from the level ID and you will have 4 employee names Preeti, Satish, Karan and Nirmal, and you will have number of employees is equal to 5. So let us summarize. So first we saw how to manipulate the list using the index number, and we also saw some of the built-in functions. So first we saw append. So append, it adds an element at the end of the list, and also it creates a new list. It is also called as a concatenation of a list. So next we saw insert. So if I wanted to add an element at the specified position, insert works very well. Next we saw how to remove the elements. So there are 3 ways. One is del, first one is del. So it removes the element at the specified position. So if you give remove, it removes the first matching element from the list. If I give pop, it displays and removes the element at the specified position of the list. Thank you.